For decades, men have been told that age is the main reason energy fades and confidence in intimacy declines. The truth is more nuanced. What changes after 60 is not your potential, but the way your body handles circulation, recovery, and everyday habits. Today, I want to challenge a popular myth and show you something practical you can start exploring, carefully and intelligently, right at home. The topic is humble and sits in most kitchen cupboards. Baking soda. Not as a miracle cure, not as a quick fix, but as a simple tool used correctly that can support the pillars behind firm, reliable performance: circulation, energy systems, sleep quality, digestion, and calm. I'm Dr. Linda Parker, your guide to men's health and longevity in the third act of life. Together, we'll unpack 10 little-known, indirect benefits of baking soda for stronger, more dependable vitality, plus when to avoid it, how to test your response safely, and which smarter habits multiply the effect. Let's set expectations first. There is no powder on earth that replaces consistent movement, healthy blood pressure, balanced nutrition, and real rest. Erections are not just a local event, they are a full-body circulation event, driven by the endothelium, the thin inner lining of your blood vessels, by nerve signaling, by nitric oxide, and by how well your muscles and metabolism handle daily stress. When those systems work, confidence rises. When they stall, everything feels harder. Baking soda will not fix poor sleep, a sedentary week, or unmanaged blood pressure. But used responsibly, it can support her. Several processes that men over 60 often need help with. Think of it as a small wrench that in a larger toolkit. What exactly is baking soda? Chemically, it's unsodium bicarbonate, NaHCO3, a mild alkaline salt that buffers acids. In the kitchen, it helps dough rise. In the body, it can help buffer the acids. Produced by metabolism and exercise. That buffering capacity is the key to several of the benefits we'll discuss. But sodium bicarbonate also contains sodium TPERS, which matters for blood pressure and kidney load. So we will pair every potential upside with a clear safety note and a key low and slow frowns approach. Before the 10 benefits, here's the problem many men face after 60, in simple terms. Blood vessels may become less responsive. The heart works harder to push blood through resistant pipes. The nervous system may run hotter under stress, robbing you of deep sleep. Digestive discomfort creeps in. Small aches discourage daily walks. Over time, the nitric oxide signal, a natural chemical that opens blood vessels, can become faint. The result? Less trustworthy firmness, especially under pressure. To reverse that, you don't need louder effort. You need cleaner signals and better flow. Now, let's get practical. 10 baking soda-linked benefits that can indirectly support circulation, confidence, and performance for men 60 plus with the how, the why, and the guardrails. 1. Better exercise tolerance through buffering, indirect circulation boost. Short bouts of moderate effort, brisk walking up a hill, bodyweight squats, or cycling are powerful triggers for vascular health. They nudge your arteries to make more nitric oxide. Baking soda's well-known role in sports is buffering acidity during effort. When used correctly, a small dose can make movement feel easier, especially those last few reps that challenge the legs and lungs. That extra ease means you can do slightly more work, which nudges your endothelial function upward over weeks. More endothelial responsiveness. Better blood flow signals everywhere. How to do it safely. Forget the big athlete doses. Those are often 0.2, 0.3 g, which can upset the stomach and are not necessary here. For a 75-85 kilos man, that would be 15 to 25 g, a lot. For men 60 plus, we start ultra conservative. 1/4 teaspoon and 1.2 g dissolved in a full glass of water. 30 to 45 minutes before. A short movement session, no more than 3 times per week. If you feel bloated, gassy, or off, stop. Remember, the goal isn't athletic performance, it's cook vascular practice. You're training your blood vessels to open on command. 2. Gentle support for muscle recovery, so your circulation practice continues tomorrow. Consistency builds confidence. If mild muscle soreness stops you from moving for days, momentum dies. Baking soda's buffering can reduce the burn of short efforts and reduce the next day heaviness for some men, making tomorrow's walk, bike, or light strength session more inviting. More sessions per week, even short, stack up to better endothelial function and smoother circulation. How? Same tiny pre-effort dose as above, and only on days you move. If your digestion complains, switch the timing to 10 minutes after bite. Your session or skip entirely. The win is the habit, not the powder. 3. Occasional relief of acid reflux, freeing better sleep and morning readiness. Many men over 60 experience reflux scenes at night. When your chest burns, you toss, you wake, you lose deep sleep. Poor sleep hurts testosterone rhythm, nitric oxide production, and vascular tone the next day. Baking soda neutralizes stomach acid, temporarily. That can settle the chest and allow a night of actual rest. A quiet, indirect gift to next day circulation and confidence. How? Only occasionally when needed. 1/2 teaspoon in a large glass of water. Sipped slowly. Do not use it daily for reflux. Frequent reflux needs a professional evaluation to rule out underlying issues and discuss safer long-term strategies. Who should avoid? Men with hypertension, kidney disease, on sodium-sensitive diets, or using medications that interact with sodium or affect acid levels. Always check with your clinician if reflux is frequent. Core, calm nerves before bed via comfortable digestion, indirect nitric oxide support. A calm, full-breath night boosts nitric oxide and vascular tone the next day. If occasional sour stomach keeps you shallow breathing and restless, a balsti, rare baking soda night can restore comfort and help you slide into slow-wave sleep. Better sleep, better morning, parasympathetic tone, easier blood vessel opening during the day. How? Use only as needed. Pair it with light dinners. 2 to 3 hours before bed and an early 10-minute outdoor light exposure the next morning to anchor your clock. 5. Exercise confidence via reduced burn, so you train the legs that feed pelvic blood flow. This sounds similar to Benefit 1, but it's different. It's psychological momentum. When those last steps of a hill no longer sting, you're more likely to repeat tomorrow. Stronger calf muscles help the chavinus pump in your legs, which returns blood to the heart more efficiently. A stronger pump upstream improves overall circulation, which supports firmness downstream. Baking soda can be the small nudge that keeps you consistent long enough for vessels to adapt. How? Again, low and slow. If a 1/4 teaspoon on your movement days makes walking feel smoother, great. If it doesn't, skip it. The habit is the medicine. 6. Occasional support for urinary comfort when acidity stings, with strict caution. Some men notice occasional tear burning or with urination when the urine is very acidic, after certain foods or dehydration. Very rarely, and with clinician guidance, a small dose of baking soda can alkalinize urine and reduce that sting. When comfort returns, men walk more, drink water steadily, and sleep better. Each of those behaviors, indirectly, supports vascular health. How? This is not a DIY program. If urinary symptoms exist, talk to your clinician to rule out infection or prostate issues. If cleared and advised, your clinician may suggest a tenisoporus, time-limited dose. Never self-treat persistent urinary symptoms. 7. Mouth health as a confidence amplifier. Bicarbonate rinse for a fresher start. Confidence matters. A simple, wani, bicarbonate mouth rinse. 1/4 teaspoon in a cup of water can neutralize acids after meals, supporting a healthier oral environment. Healthy gums reduce chronic inflammation that can weigh on your vascular system. Fresh breath also reduces social anxiety, which often hovers over intimacy. Less anxiety means easier parasympathetic access, the state where blood flow cooperates. How? Swish for 10 to 15 seconds after brushing at night a few times per week. Do not swallow. This is not a replacement for dental care, it's a small adjunct. 8. Skin comfort in a warm bath, relaxing the nervous system for better flow. A nice lukewarm parson bath with a tablespoon of baking soda can soothe itchy skin for some, especially in dry seasons. The benefit is less about chemistry and more about nervous system downshifting. When you unwind in the evening, blood vessels stop bracing and your sleep deepens. Men who sleep deeply regulate hormones and blood pressure more gracefully. How? 1 tablespoon in a lukewarm bath, 10-15 minutes 1-2 evenings per week. If you have skin conditions, get guidance first. 9. Gentle support for stomach acid balance before a tough meal. Occasional rescue, not routine. Heavy, spicy, or late meals can hijack your night and your next day energy. A small, occasional dose of baking soda after such a meal can neutralize excess acid and spare your sleep. Again, this is rescue, not habit. The long-term solution is lighter dinners and an earlier eating window. But having a safe, limited-use tool can keep you consistent on the big habits that truly move the needle for circulation. How? 1/4-1/2 teaspoon in a large glass of water, sipped slowly, only on rare occasions. If you need it frequently, change the menu and timing, or consult your clinician. 10. A mindset shift. Using a kitchen intervention to jumpstart a full vascular routine. The biggest, most underrated benefit is psychological. When men start with one simple, tangible action, like mixing a small bicarbonate glass before a walk, they often unlock a chain reaction. Consistent steps, light leg strength, better hydration, earlier dinners, morning light. That chain is what improves nitric oxide, glucose handling, and endothelial flexibility. The baking soda becomes the anchor that reminds you, I'm a man who trains his circulation every day. That identity shift is priceless. Now we've covered the why. Let's talk how to use baking soda safely, and when, to use it. Safety first, 5 rules. 1. Know your blood pressure and kidneys. Baking soda adds sodium. If you have high blood pressure, heart failure, kidney disease, edema, or you're on sodium-sensitive medications, baking soda may be inappropriate. Get medical clearance. 2. Start tiny, test gently. Begin with 1/4 teaspoon in a large glass of water on a movement day. If you feel bloated or your stomach churns, stop. No hero doses. 3. Avoid daily long-term use. Overuse can alter mineral balance, raise sodium load, and mask conditions that deserve real care. Think SIRP by situational tool. Not daily supplement. 4. Separate from medications. Leave eggs at least 2 hours around medicines. Bicarbonate can affect absorption. 5. Listen to your body. Any chest discomfort, severe bloating, Persistent reflux or swelling in ankles means stop ikcho and seek guidance. Let's build a simple weekly routine that places baking soda in the right spot, supporting habits that truly drive vascular health. The 7-day circulation practice. Men 60 plus. Every morning. Step outside for 10 minutes. Hit of daylight. Don't stare at the sun. Just let the skylight hit your eyes. This anchors your clock, steadies blood pressure rhythms, and supports nitric oxide signaling. Hydration. 2 glasses of water before noon. One can be plain. The second may contain 1 to 4 teaspoons of baking soda, only on a movement day, and only if you tolerate it. Movement days, 3-4 exercises week. Legs first, 10-12 minutes brisk walking, then 6-8 bodyweight squats, 6-8 calf raises on a step, 20-30 seconds of wall sit. Finish, another 8-10 minutes brisk walk. If you tolerate it, take the Bruce 1/4 teaspoon. Baking soda glass, 30-45 minutes, before this routine or 10 minutes after, if your stomach is sensitive. Evenings, most days. Light dinner, finish eating. 2-3 hours before bed. A lukewarm entrailling shower or 10-minute bath, with or without a tablespoon of baking soda, as a relaxation cue. Number twice weekly. A quick pelvic floor practice. While seated, inhale through the nose. On the exhale, gently lift the muscles as if stopping urine. Hold for no 2 and 3 seconds. Then relax and fully. Forget no 5 to 6 seconds. Do 8 to 10. Gentle cycles, never strain. A responsive, relaxed pelvic floor improves the pressure wave that supports firmness. Diet anchors, beets or arugula. Most days, for natural nitrates, a handful of walnuts or pumpkin seeds, olive oil, and fish or legumes for vascular support. Let's bring this to life with 4 short stories of men who integrated this approach safely and patiently. Samuel, 67. Retired engineer, loved numbers. He tried the just 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda before his gentle hill walk, twice per week. He tracked perceived effort. On week 1, the last 2 minutes felt like a grind. By week 3, he described them as a solid challenge I can finish. That small shift meant he walked 4 days a week instead of 2. At week 5, he noticed warmer hands in the evening and a new sense of readiness in moments of closeness with his wife. No pressure, just calm confidence. His words, "I don't need heroic effort anymore. My body listens." Raul, 72, former mechanic, had nighttime reflux. Once every 2 weeks, he used 1.2 teaspoon highs of baking soda after a late, spicy family dinner. Only bond when needed. Mostly, he shifted to earlier, lighter dinners. His sleep deepened. Better sleep smoothed his blood pressure mornings and lifted his energy. Within a month, he felt steadier during walks and surprised himself with more spontaneous confidence. The baking soda wasn't the star. My sleep was. But baking soda helped him protect it on difficult nights. Marco, 61, part-time driver, dreaded the leg burn on stairs. He tried baking soda. After movement, his stomach preferred that. What changed wasn't speed, it was consistency. He did the short strength routine 3 times a week for 6 weeks. He noticed fewer calf cramps at night, better warmth in his feet, and fewer off days. He told me, "I'm not chasing youth, I'm building reliability." Henry, 70, accountant, had anxious evenings and skipped walks. He started with the Buri bath ritual. Lukewarm water and a tablespoon of baking soda 2 evenings per week. He slept deeper, and his morning light routine finally stuck. With lower evening tension, his vessels responded better to daytime activity. 3 months later, he said, My body is cooperative again. Now let's address 5 common questions with clear answers. Q1. Will baking soda directly improve erections? No direct guarantee. Erections rely on a complex orchestra: endothelial function, nitric oxide, nerve signaling, hormonal rhythms, and psychological safety. Baking soda, used sparingly, can support indirect pathways. Tolerating movement, protecting sleep, easing occasional reflux or urinary sting, and lowering nervous system noise. Those improvements often translate to better flow and reliability, but they're indirect and depend on the habits you build around them. Quo, can I take it every day? That's not a wise. The sodium load and pH effects can backfire. Keep it situational. Linked to specific needs, like a tougher movement day or a very occasional reflux night. If you feel you need it daily, the real solution is to upgrade sleep, meals, and movement. Q3. How do I know if it's helping? Track 3 signals for 4 weeks. Stairs. How steady do your legs feel on the last flight? Hands and feet by evening. Are they warmer on average? Mornings. Do you wake readier, less groggy, calmer? If these improve alongside better walks and lighter dinners, your circulation practice is working. If not, drop the baking soda and keep the big habits. They're the real drivers. Q4. Any alternative with fewer sodium concerns? Yes, focus on dietary nitrates. One beets, arugula, magnesium-rich foods, leafy greens, pumpkin seeds, olive oil, and omega-3 sources, fish, walnuts. Add nasal breathing on walks and consistent morning light. These changes improve nitric oxide and vascular tone with no sodium load. Q5. What if I have high blood pressure or kidney concerns? Then, do not self-experiment. Speak with your clinician. There are safer, stronger levers: medication adherence, tailored exercise, weight-bearing strength, and sleep therapy that directly improve vascular health. Let's map a POM 14-day starter plan that respects your body and keeps baking soda in the right proportion. Days 1-3. Morning light, 10 minutes, outside. Walk, 12-15 minutes, comfortably brisk. Hydration, water only. Dinner, finish, 2-3 hours. Before bed. Note baseline, evening hand warmth, stairs feeling, morning readiness. Days 4-6. Add a bodyweight squats, 6-8, and your calf raises, 8-10, after your walk. If cleared and curious, test. 1/4 teaspoon baking soda in a large glass. 45 minutes before. 1 movement session. Skip if any discomfort. Night. Lukewarm shower. Lights dimmed. Days 7-9. Repeat the movement routine. Threx week. If you tolerated the tiny dose, use it by once more. This week, no more than 2. Test days total. Add beets or arugula to 1 meal. Short pelvic floor practice. Every other day, gentle lifts on exhale, full release on inhale. Days 10-14. Keep walks and short strength. If a late, heavy dinner happens and reflux threatens sleep, consider a single rescue use. 1-2 teaspoon baking soda in a big glass, sipped slowly. Only if you're sodium safe and only rarely. Reassess your 3 signals: stairs, hand warmth, morning readiness. Note any changes in confidence during closeness, not forced, just observed. If the signals trend up, congratulations! You didn't hack your body, you'd have coached in it. Keep the habits. Let baking soda stay a small supporting actor. You call on infrequently. If there's no improvement, remove the baking soda entirely and keep the core routine. You lose nothing and still gain circulation strength. There are also a few smart pairings that make more difference than any powder. After meal walks. 10 to 15 minutes, act like a second heart, moving blood through the legs and back to the pelvis. Strength twice a week. Guards muscle mass, which stores glucose and supports vascular health. Morning light. Sets your nervous system to calm mode by evening, protecting blood vessel flexibility. Nasal breathing. On every walk, boosts nitric oxide in the nose and supports better oxygen exchange. Beets plus arugula. Supply natural nitrates your endothelium craves. Olive oil, fish, legumes, nuts. Keep inflammation low and vessels cooperative. Sleep. Cements all of the above. Arguably, the strongest performance enhancer for men 60 plus. A word about confidence. Performance anxiety steals blood flow. When you build a routine that makes your body predictable, walks that feel steady, sleep that restores, a gut that behaves, your mind settles. Parasympathetic tone rises. That calm is the real permission slip your vessels need. Baking soda can play a small part by smoothing a tough workout or saving a vulnerable night, but your habits write the score. Let me share a final scene. A client, 68, told me, "I kept waiting for one giant solution. It turns out my body wanted 5 small ones. Walks after dinner, squats twice a week, bed by 10:30, a beet salad, and once in a while, a baking soda glass before a hill." 3 months later, he said the line I want you to remember. My circulation got cooperative. When blood flow cooperates, confidence is not forced. It returns. Here is your one-sentence takeaway. Erections are a circulation skill. Build the skill with movement, sleep, food, and calm. Let baking soda be an occasional, cautious helper, not the hero. And the hope I want to leave you with is simple. It is never too late to regain vitality. Your vessels adapt at any age when you give them the right, consistent signals. If this talk clarified things for you, take a quiet moment today and choose one small action to keep. Maybe the after-meal walk, maybe the earlier dinner, maybe the gentle leg routine. Share this video with a friend who wants respectful, real guidance. And if you want more practical, science-backed strategies for men 60 plus, always in clear language and always focused on longevity and confidence, subscribe. And tell me in the comments which habit you're starting this week. I'm Dr. Linda Parker, your wellness educator for men's health in the third act. I'll be right here, walking beside you. Health note. This content is educational and not a substitute for personal medical advice. Do not start, stop, or change any medication or supplement without talking to your healthcare professional. Avoid baking soda if you have high blood pressure, heart failure, kidney disease, edema, or are on sodium-sensitive or acid-altering medications. Persistent reflux, urinary symptoms, or erectile difficulties deserve a proper medical evaluation.